Grimes, the renowned 36-year-old musician and visionary artist, is facing the harsh realities of the devastating wildfires that have ravaged California in early January 2025. These wildfires, which have displaced nearly 200,000 residents, have also deeply affected Grimes, who has been forced to evacuate her home and flee the catastrophic blaze. The fires began on Tuesday, January 7, 2025, in the Pacific Palisades area of Los Angeles and have quickly spread throughout the city and its surrounding areas. By Thursday, January 9, an estimated 10,000 homes and structures have been destroyed, and at least 10 people have tragically lost their lives. On social media, particularly on X, formerly Twitter, Grimes has opened up about her traumatic experience and her growing concerns about the state of the world. In a series of heartfelt posts, she described the devastation as biblical, reflecting on the scale and magnitude of the disaster. As someone who has always been vocal about social and environmental issues, Grimes is now grappling with the realization that the effects of climate change are becoming increasingly visible and uncontrollable. We might be out of time regards to twiddling our thumbs whilst every level of our culture, environment, government, institutions, mental health, etc. have obviously crumbled, Grimes wrote in one of her posts, expressing her anxiety over humanity's ability to address the ongoing climate crisis. Her words echo the growing concern of many environmental activists and experts, who have long warned that the planet is facing a tipping point. The fires that have gripped Los Angeles are only one manifestation of the climate-related disasters that are becoming more frequent and severe. Wildfires, heat waves, floods, and storms are wreaking havoc across the globe, and Grimes' experience is a stark reminder of the vulnerability of even the wealthiest and most developed regions to the unpredictable forces of nature. In her social media posts, Grimes not only detailed the chaotic evacuation process she endured but also expressed her frustration with society's failure to take swift, decisive action in the face of such urgent challenges. Just had to evacuate, tried to go to a friend's place / it got an evacuation warning on the way there, now aimlessly driving out of the city, Grimes recounted, offering a glimpse into the panic and uncertainty that comes with fleeing from a fast-moving disaster. Her posts, which were shared with her millions of followers, paint a vivid picture of the terror she and countless other residents of Los Angeles are experiencing. Beyond the immediate trauma of the fires, Grimes also took the opportunity to reflect on the broader context of climate change and the importance of staying focused on solutions. She expressed concerns about the growing tendency for people to engage in dopamine rage bait on social media, where inflammatory content and divisive rhetoric dominate discussions, often overshadowing serious conversations about the future of the planet. In response to a comment about her ex-partner Elon Musk, Grimes defended Musk's contributions to addressing climate change, particularly through his work with electric vehicles. Despite their separation in 2022, Grimes and Musk continue to co-parent their 3 children and maintain a cordial relationship. Grimes acknowledged that while their personal lives have taken separate paths, Musk's work in advancing electric vehicle technology has played a significant role in efforts to reduce carbon emissions, one of the key drivers of climate change. He's pretty vocal about climate change and is primarily known for, in part, revolutionizing electric vehicles, Grimes explained in her post. The biggest challenge right now is not falling into creating and consuming dopamine rage bait on social media. This statement highlights Grimes' belief in the importance of focusing on practical, science-based solutions to climate change rather than getting bogged down in online arguments or ideological battles. Grimes' stance on climate change and the role of technology in combating it is consistent with her broader philosophy of combining art, technology, and activism to address the world's most pressing issues. As a musician and performer, Grimes has always pushed boundaries and challenged conventions, using her platform to engage with topics such as environmental sustainability, social justice, and mental health. Her creative work often reflects her personal values, and her public statements on issues like climate change have made her an influential voice in the conversation about the future of the planet. The ongoing wildfires in California are just one of many wake-up calls that Grimes, along with millions of others, is grappling with as the climate crisis intensifies. While she has been fortunate enough to evacuate safely, many others have not been so lucky. The emotional toll of such events is immeasurable, and Grimes' posts reveal a deep sense of urgency about the need for collective action. The wildfires are not an isolated incident. They are part of a growing pattern of climate-related disasters that are becoming more common and more severe with each passing year. As global temperatures rise and weather patterns become increasingly erratic, regions that were once considered safe from such disasters are now experiencing the devastating effects of climate change. Los Angeles, with its sprawling urban landscape and proximity to wildland areas, has always been vulnerable to fires, but the frequency and intensity of these fires have been exacerbated by rising temperatures and prolonged droughts. The wildfires in California are a grim reminder of the fragility of our modern infrastructure and the importance of being prepared for natural disasters. In the face of these challenges, Grimes is using her voice to call attention to the need for urgent action to address the climate crisis. She urges her followers to prioritize truth-based discourse and to engage in solutions-oriented conversations, rather than getting caught up in divisive or sensationalized debates. For Grimes, the experience of living through such a disaster has prompted a deep reflection on the state of the world and the role of humanity in shaping its future. As an artist and activist, she is uniquely positioned to influence the public discourse on issues like climate change and social justice. Through her music, social media presence, and public statements, Grimes is advocating for a world that prioritizes sustainability, equality, and a sense of shared responsibility for the planet. The wildfires in California have highlighted the urgent need for a comprehensive response to climate change, one that involves governments, institutions, and individuals working together to reduce emissions, protect natural resources, and build resilient communities. The future of the planet depends on the choices we make today, and as Grimes has pointed out, time is running out. As the fires continue to rage and the destruction mounts, Grimes and others are left grappling with the reality that the climate crisis is no longer a distant threat. It is here, and it is devastating lives. The question remains, are we prepared to face it head-on and take the necessary steps to safeguard the future of the planet and its inhabitants?